All right, here we go. This Panthers Corner is brought to you by Blow the Whistle Sports. Hey, everybody, how you doing out there? To all my Panther brothers, keep your head up. We are right now on the eve of our big game, on our big quest. And just like Zelda, we're going to conquer this quest. I feel it
Hey, I love the
inside.
Zelda
I feel it
expression.
inside. But I want to introduce you to right now. Could you go ahead and please say your whole name, please?
Yes, sir. My name is Myron McCray. Some of y'all know me. My name is Darnell McCray from the Panther Pride TV podcast host. Appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all for having me here on Panthers Corner. I greatly appreciate you having me here, man. Like, it's a blessing to
I
have you here, my
appreciate you for
brother.
coming, man. Keep pounding. Let's get it.
Always. Hey, I
Woo.
got you for that one.
And I'm happy that you're here. And pretty much you're my Panther brother. I'm your Panther brother. And I'm not here to debate with you because we both want the same thing.
Oh, yeah. To
We
win.
both want the
We
same
want
thing.
to win, bro.
Yes, we want these
That's
W's. But
all I care about.
I feel that it's overtime and over a need for us as brothers. You Panther Pride, I'm Panthers Corner, but we no matter we both bleed Panther all day, all night. We got to go over our Panther brothers, all these clubs from Panther Nation to the Roaring Riot to Panthers Everywhere to
Hey, man.
man,
Listen.
there's so many. There's so
Yeah,
many.
so many groups, so many places, a lot of love. And
Yes.
let's not get it twisted, man. There's a lot of Panther fans who feel like us, who've seen the growth, who've seen the just improvements here week in and week out, even with
Yes.
all the injuries, even with all the chaos in this team. There are a lot of people who are still happy and proud. And just when it's all said and done, an 8-win season, that was my ceiling. That was my floor. That was actually my floor for this year.
Exactly.
I said we could have been a 10-win team, let a few games slip here and there, won some games that we probably shouldn't have won. So my ceiling was 10 wins, my floor was 8.
Yes.
We got to 8. We've accomplished that. I'm happy, and I consider that a successful season already.
Me
Now,
too.
I'm gonna be greedy and say I want to go to the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be greedy and say I want to go to the playoffs because we've seen wild card teams go on runs. Eli Manning
Yes.
twice.
That's a huge one right there. Eli Manning beat the unbeatable team that season when he did it. The unbeatable team.
Wow.
Tom Brady, undefeated. But the
So,
wild card team came in there, the least expected team came in there and put a dent in Tom Brady.
exactly. So that's why I say I've seen some, and you've seen some, who have just been constantly negative. Some who have said, "Oh, we shouldn't win this game because we're just going to get blown out in the first round," so on and so forth. And I'm just like, bro, the playoffs are a different story.
Yes.
Once we get to the playoffs, I don't care about next week. I don't care about the previous week. All I have to do is win this 60 minutes right here.
Yes.
The
People
only
don't
thing
understand once the playoffs start, it's a whole new season. All the other stuff gets wiped away. All that's in the back, the rear view.
Only thing that matters from outside of your own game in the playoffs is where you might be playing, whether you're on the road or you're at home.
Yes.
That's the only thing that's the only thing outside of your game that could change something.
And what's the beautiful thing for us is by winning our division, we do get one home game.
We get that home game, and I love it.
And you don't want to come down to the bank to play us.
Oh no, we protect the bank.
That we protect really good is the bank.
We protect the bank now. Like you can try and come and rob us if you want to. It ain't gonna be an easy task. I can tell you that. You might need the Joker and all his minions to do so.
Yo, yeah.
You might need that to do so. But I'm just happy to see where we've come from, and I know a lot of people who have hated in the Bryce Young era, but I always remind myself, it's like, bro, 2 years ago, just two, we were 2-14. 2-14
Tell it.
Went 1-10.
Yes.
Fired that head coach in the middle of the season. Had an
Yes.
interim finish off that season.
Yes.
Start the next season with a new head coach. Our
Tell it.
starter, who we just drafted the year before, gets benched and has to miss 6 to 8 games. He comes back, looks like he's balling, and now we are one game away from making the playoffs, but y'all still want to tell me that he's not a franchise quarterback. Is Bryce the greatest thing in the league right now? No. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to sit there and say that. But the boy is improving because guess what? The man had his first season of 20-plus touchdowns. The man is 300 yards away. Actually, not even 300, like 250, 270 away from having his most passing yards in a season. The man's increased his completion percentage. The man's increased his passer rating. The man is tied for the same amount of interceptions, which is 10. The other season, he threw 9. Which, okay, we can work on that. But you know what?
You saying such a mouthful, and I'm gonna need our Panther brothers to open your eyes. We've had Bryce. Let's count them. 3 years. 3 years. Now, if you go back on blow the whistle before we drafted, when Frank Wright in his head, he knew he was getting C.J. Stroud. Let's get
That's
this
who he
point out.
wanted. That's who he wanted flat out.
Exactly. He knew he was getting him, and then unofficially, I heard that our owner wife woke up and said, "Let's get Bryce Young." Now, I don't know how true that is. I don't know.
I have heard that rumor.
Hey, it's swirling around there a whole lot. So, but I'm just put that out there. You know, I wasn't there at his home. I don't know, but
I wasn't pillow talking.
Just been sticking. That's just been sticking because they did an interview with C.J. Stroud. The whole staff was in there, and one of the coaches even messed up and said, "So when we get you down here, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z." It didn't happen that way. Frank Wright felt, in my opinion, that like he got blindsided with Bryce Young. Now, before the draft, I said I would like CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. I prefer CJ Stroud, but if we got Bryce Young, I'm just as happy. But with Bryce Young, if you guys remember on Blow the Whistle Sports, I said it was a 4-year project. And because we gave up so much draft capital, in essence, we gave up 3 number 1 draft picks and 2 number 2s. And people always say, "No, why do you say 3 number 1s?" Because we gave up 2 number 1 draft picks and DJ Moore, which was a number 1 draft pick for Carolina. So people, it blows my mind when you don't understand. When we got drafted Bryce Young the first year, he had no number 1 wide receiver. He had no awesome wide receiver core. What was he supposed to do? And the plan was when we had CJ or Bryce Young, Andy Dalton was supposed to start that season. It was only because Frank Wright got upset, just listening to the grapevine, that he threw Bryce Young to the wolves with no wide receivers. You don't get a brand new car and put old tires on it. When you get a brand new car, you put new tires on the brand new car because you want the brand new car to run good. So
you wanted to look perfect, man.
Hey.
And the only thing I can say, like we talked about it, the only receiver that was worth anything that built that continuity with Bryce that year and in 2024 was Adam Thielen.
There you have it.
Adam Thielen was the only thing. And we all knew, I don't care who you are, we all knew Adam Thielen was on his way out. Yes. This wasn't prime Adam Thielen from Minnesota. He was on his way out. And that's not to discredit Adam Thielen because the man was still balling, still had a 1,000-yard year.
He was the man.
But guess what? He was the one that Bryce could throw to.
But if you remember, Adam Thielen, they were very. Adam Thielen told Bryce, put it in the neighborhood and let your wide receiver do the work. Adam Thielen is a big reason why Bryce Young blossomed and opened up because they were hand in hand together from the reading that I've done.
Oh, for sure. And that's why I was actually, in the start of this season, I was upset that we got rid of Thielen. Now, granted, I understood Thielen wanted to go back home. I understood that. However, I wanted the team to keep Thielen in the event that if T-Mac wasn't the guy that we needed right now, and I'm not saying T-Mac would have never been. It's just rookie year, change of the game, NFL, professional level, still got to develop and be him. If T-Mac wasn't that developed number one right off the rip,
right,
Adam Thielen could have been that filler while T-Mac and XL and Coker and them still grow.
Perfect
That's
example.
Exactly what I wanted.
At the same point, if you have Adam Thielen, you have a veteran presence that helped Bryce Young that could have helped all our wide receivers. All those young wide. If you ask me, Xavier Legette needs Adam Thielen bad to be in his ear so he can get rid of the happy feet, because Xavier Legette has been he's been pretty heavy. He's been a heavy piece to carry.
I love XL. I love Xavier. But I even said it this past week. I said it at the end of last week.
Say it.
Zay, you can't sit there and not know where you're at on the field. As a receiver, you gotta know where you're at on the field. And it's bad because it's happened multiple times.
Right.
The drops, you know what? Everybody drops a pass.
Everybody.
And he's gotten better at him. He's gotten better. Like the start of the season.
You're being nice. You're being nice.
No. The start of the season was bad. Start of the season was bad. Middle of the season, he got better. Recently, he's regressed. I will say that. Recently, he's regressed back.
I'll say he was okay in a game. He came through for us in a game, but it's been too many times he's been out of bounds and came in bounds. It's been what about the big game when Bryce gets him a ball? All you got to do is tap your feet. Tap your feet.
For sure. I'm not defending that at all. That is my biggest issue. As a guy who played receiver in college, who knows that is what you're taught. You are toe tapping on the sideline is taught to you at the receiver position from day one. Like, you know where you need to be. He's always
first round draft pick.
That's the one thing that is the one thing I feel a lot of people forget. And I think also hurts him just a little bit. He's a first round draft pick.
Yeah.
Remember what pick that was? 32.
I understand.
And here's the thing. I genuinely feel if Carolina had not moved up, if Carolina had just said, we'll just take them in round 2, the level of expectation would have dropped a good amount, because they would have said, oh, he's a second round draft pick. He's not a first round draft pick. Because what do people always say? Just like you did. He's a first round draft pick. That moniker always comes with a higher expectation. It's the same reason why Bryce gets so much hate. And I get some of the people who give him the hate because
gave up for Bryce. But
the draft capital,
he gets so much hate because people are not thinking. When we got Bryce, now I said a whole lot about our wide receiver core being a bunch of here and there's. We didn't have a set number one wide receiver, but we gave away Christian McCaffrey in the running game also.
Yep, we did that.
I don't think people realize that
we gave away Christian to San Francisco.
Yes.
Then we gave away DJ in that trade.
Yes.
Then, if you want me to be honest,
keep going.
I stand on this to this day. You should have kept Steve Wilkes as the head coach.
Wow, you took the words out of my mouth. You took the heart from our defense also.
You should have kept Steve Wilkes as the head coach, because guess what? Even Drew Brees just said this the other day. What's a young rookie quarterback's best friend? A good defense and a good running game. Takes the pressure off of them. And if you have that, you are golden.
But in Carolina, with that being said, all our Panther brothers thought in Bryce Young's first year, with the team being gutted, was he supposed to be successful? Was anybody supposed to be successful in Carolina that first year? I tried to make people understand. All right, let's say those makeshift wide receivers that we have, and Chuba was on the come up, still a sound running back, but when you have one coach, you have to deal with his philosophy and his terminology. That same year, he got the axe. So another coach comes in, and you would hope that he keeps the same coach's terminology, but the first coach terminology wasn't completely there with a brand new team. Everybody was learning a brand new system. Nobody knew that system. You can't expect a team to flourish like that. Now I want to set the example out. When Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay had a culture. They had a wide receiver core. They had a running game. So when Tom Brady came in there, it was easy press and play because all Tom Brady had to do was learn the plays for those wide receivers. They were already set. In Carolina, when Bryce Young came, first year learning the speed of the NFL, he had none of that. And then for it all to be wiped out to the second year when Coach Crnr starts. Now, when Coach Crnr starts, we get a new culture, and the team has to believe in the culture. So that first year, which really was his second year, they had to get the terminology right for a new offensive coordinator. And didn't we get a new defensive coordinator that year too?
Nah, we still had Avero, but it was because we got Avero. I want to say the year Wright came in. I want to say that's when that's when we had him. But you're right in the sense of you have Frank Wright. Right. I'll take it back to even to Steve Wilkes. You have Steve Wilkes finish his season. He got us to 7-10.
Right.
We're feeling good thinking he's going to be head coach. Nope. He's out of here. So that's one philosophy gone. You bring in Frank Wright. Hey, guess what? You're sitting there thinking you're feeling good. Well, you're not really feeling good. You're feeling obviously god awful. He's got to go. Then we get Then we get our interim, who's just filling the job. They just trying. They know that the bridge gap. Like, no disrespect to him. Like, it's just the bridge gap.
But he's still a coach.
He's still a coach. So whatever that coach is saying, that's what we're trying to apply. We get a win out of it. So, hey, kudos to him. Then you get Canales and you bring him in. That is 4 coaches in the span of 2 years. 2 years, 2022 to the start of 2024. It's 4 coaches in 2 years.
And you expect all that trash going on.
And you got Bryce Young, who's went through 3 coaches by the start of his second season and is benched at the start of his second season.
Yes.
What do you expect? No person, if you have turnover that much, is going to be successful and flourish. I don't care what quarterback you can go get prime Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb. It don't matter.
Yes.
It don't matter. You have that much turnover and that much change in coaching philosophy, no foundation, which we've all said, you've all seen with winning programs. What is it?
Yes.
It's a foundation.
Yes.
It's a foundational piece that you have to have. And there's the best teams have a quarterback and head coach duo that stick together.
Bingo.
I don't care what you say. Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh, great duo. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, great duo.
Excellent duo.
Excellent duo. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick.
Woo!
Great duo. Peyton Manning, Tony Dungy. Great duo. When you have that duo and you have what works together, shoot, even Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson were a great duo for a while.
Yes, until Pete Carroll made
Pete Carroll just decided to be dumb and not run on the 1 yard line
with Marshawn Lynch. But
Marshawn Lynch,
that's a whole other story we can get into.
But what I'm saying is, this is the first season that Bryce Young has fully been the starter for Canales' offense.
And look what he's done now.
And look what he's doing. But people want to sit there and harp on the fact that this is his 3rd year. No. But keep forgetting how we got here. Bryce didn't start all of 2024.
Yes.
And when he came back, he was balling out. Shoot, we lost 2 games because Chuba Hubbard fumbled the ball against Tampa Bay. And Xavier Legette dropped that pass versus Philly.
They forget that type of stuff.
And then not only that, Bryce Young goes down and gets a game-winning drive against the Kansas City Chiefs, and our defense can't hold water.
We
lost 3 games in 2024.
But I'm not mad at the defense. The defense was still developing too. They had to deal with,
and they didn't have Derrick Brown
also.
And they didn't have Derrick Brown last year because he had torn his Achilles.
There we have
I can't be too mad about that. But when I sit there and see the hate towards Bryce and people sitting there trying to say, oh, you all on Bryce Young junk. You don't see the truth. X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, I see the entire picture.
The
I don't
whole
just
picture.
see what Bryce Young is doing on the field. I see what this young man has had to go through and what he's had to develop, because I know, even as a player, as an athlete, that much turnover would have affected me, because I don't know what anybody.
And to our Panther brothers out there, we're not trying to argue, because we all want the same thing. We want the W's. We are not. When I'm talking to you, I'm trying to get an understanding from where you're coming from, and I'm trying to feel you out, and I'm trying to tell you what I feel, and I'm cool with conversing, going back and forth, so we can in our own way come to a conclusion. Nobody is arguing. If you're a Carolina Panther fan, I am on your side.
Absolutely.
Period. On your side. There's no reason to argue. We want W's. We want titles. We want a Super Bowl.
We want Super Bowl. Sure. And guess what? Just to get to a Super Bowl, you know what you got to do? Make the playoffs. That's the first step. That's the first step. Think about that. Bryce Young's first full year as a starter with Canales.
His first year with a true number one wide receiver. We are right there.
We're right there, bro.
We are right there.
I've considered this season a win regardless, in the sense of just the growth and development. If and I'm not going to speak because I say when we win, but I have to be fair, because Tampa is Tampa. If we somehow lose on Saturday, this is not a bad season. We're going to keep pounding, but it's something to build on. Now, obviously, you got to, at that point, you got to push the expectation more. It's like, all right, Bryce, we've done this.
Yeah.
Now I need this from you. T-Mac, can I get a little more? Defense, I need better. Running game. Chuba, I need you to figure yourself out. If Rico stays and you stay, I need y'all to figure yourselves out and push each other to both want to be that old school D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart. I want that.
I've already gave them their names. I call them Thunder and Lightning, or Rico and Suave.
Hey, I like that, and that's what I want. But we gotta push it. And even with Canales' coaching, it's like, Canales, I need you to trust Bryce and trust this team and take shots. Yeah. Don't be conservative. Take shots. Aviro, if you're still the coordinator, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't want you to be. That I'm just gonna be that guy to say it out loud.
How can you call him a coordinator when Canales is doing everything?
I can't call him a coordinator, because even when our offense does what they're supposed to do and gives him a winning score, like, okay, we're up. Why is it on 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 8, you have our corners playing 12 yards off?
Oh, I call it prevent defense. You're not supposed to be in prevent defense now.
You're not supposed to be in prevent, and it's always on deep and they're playing deeper than the first down markers, which is what upsets me, because any team that's beat us, the way they've done it, they throw it at 8 yards and let the receiver run for that extra 2.
Get the rest, yeah.
Every time.
But the whole game we've been playing on them. We've been keeping them away from the first down, and then you mess our defense up by doing exactly what you just said. Kills the momentum.
It's like, because I'll sit there, I'm like, okay, if you don't want to go full press man, I get it. I understand that. But it's 3rd and 12. Have my corners sitting no deeper than 5. Have my corners please not sitting no deeper than 5, because quiet as it's kept, I trust Mike Jackson, I trust Charles Smith-Wade, I trust J.C. Horn to be able to hold their own, and when that threshold is broken, they can stay in stride with any receiver that comes near them. I'm not trying to have them sitting there at 8 to 10 and then trying to make an open field tackle when they got to try and stop 2 extra yards.
Can you answer to me this? If you can see that and I see that, and that's what eats me up when I'm watching these games. These are professionals on the field watching film. They watch the film more than we do. If we can see it, why is it that we're still going through this issue this late in the season when they're watching film? I don't understand what are we missing that they're seeing that they keep doing that same thing?
It's two things. One, our team's been a roller coaster this whole year. What translates from 1 week to the next week, that doesn't. It just hasn't. But two, it's an ego in their philosophy.
Mm.
And I've
There
come
you
to
bring that word
understand
ego up.
I've come to understand that there's a certain ego and a certain mindset you have to have in whatever philosophy you're believing in.
True, and you have to
And
stick to
you're
your
like,
philosophy.
you're like, I'm sticking to what I do because I feel I'm going to win out more times than not.
But it
However,
hasn't been working.
the great coaches are able to put their ego aside and have something in the bag to adjust. They're
Hey,
immediately ready. The same way how on offense, Canales last week when we played Seattle,
yes,
flat out said, "Oh, they came out in man way more than we anticipated." Okay,
I didn't
guess
want to hear
what?
that. I did not want to hear that.
Hey, as soon as T Mac and them said that, I'm like, guess what? That don't matter. If they want to play man, try them. Let's see what they're gonna do with T Mac. They
Yeah,
want to play man. Let's see what they're gonna do.
but if you've noticed, Coach Canales, even when he's calling the offensive plays, you've seen plays work when people have been in man, and you see us eat man up. I don't even see us go back to plays that we've won on.
Oh
I
no,
don't see. I don't see. You know, some teams they'll do the same play and they'll flip it and reverse it to the other side, then move the guy to the
yeah,
other side. And we don't. Whatever play that we're successful on, I don't see it in the next game. If you
I
remember
don't.
when he does his play where the guy is moving in the backfield and Bryce rolls out to the left or to the right to where he can drop it to the running back. He can hit the tight end or our wide receivers. He can find them.
I've been
Where's
saying
that
that.
at?
I've been saying that all year. That one, the best thing you could do for Bryce right now is a lot more rollouts. Get him outside of the pocket. A lot more roll. Yes, in a sense, it can cut the field in half. I can understand that. However, getting Bryce away from the pressure
Yes,
helps him. It gives the running back space. It gives the tight end space. It gives everybody more space to work with and do what they do. And even in the running game,
they have so many
there
options to
we
go
had the
to.
game. It was the Dallas game. It was the Dallas game.
Okay.
Rico ran for over 100 and some odd yards to the right side alone. And then we went on a series where we kept running to the left. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
That happens. Oh, what
Go
about the
right
game?
back to the
What about
right
the game where
side.
Rico was what he was on a hot, he was on a heater, and he was averaging like 6-7 yards a carry, and then he ran for 17 yards. What game was this? He ran for 17 yards, and then he got put on the sideline.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to run the 17 yards. He never came back in the game after that 17-yard run. It was
I'm
Hubbard
like,
the rest of the time.
bro, if he's cooking, let him cook. Because I get you have a script and you might be trying to set something up. I understand that. I do.
Yeah.
However, also as an athlete, if something is working, if something is cooking, I'm going to keep doing it until you can stop it. If
Supposed
you
to.
can't, it's the same thing. Like if you never saw, for example, Randy Moss.
Right.
If Randy Moss is eating, why are you going to sit there and go away from it and be like, well, we got to get Chris Carter involved? No. Chris Carter's going to tell you if Randy Moss has 3 catches for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, throw him the ball again.
Exactly. Perfect example. The Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens been getting their butt kicked all season long. Lamar Jackson hasn't looked the same all season long. But then Derrick Henry has been a beast all season long. And then once he hits 10 carries, 100 yards, a touchdown, he sat down like he's on punishment. But this game, Lamar Jackson's not in. You feed Derrick Henry 30 times. He has close to 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. It's a no-brainer what you're supposed to do. But like you said, that ego, when a coach has that ego and that philosophy and they get stuck to it and
they have an ego and a philosophy and they feel it, they outthink themselves. I genuinely think they start trying to outsmart themselves and not take the simple answer. Because, for example, 2 weeks ago, when we had the whole situation where we could have ran for it on 4th and 1 with a quarterback sneak, and
Right.
Canales came out and said, "Oh, well, Bryce is 190 pounds. We don't have a 6'2" quarterback who's six. We don't have a quarterback who's 6'2", 220 that can go do it." Yeah, you do. He's called Andy Dalton. I don't care what you say. Andy Dalton can go get me a first down. So then this past week, what does he do? He runs a quarterback sneak with Mitchell Evans
Yes.
with the tight end. I'm like, I don't care if you don't believe in Bryce Young running the quarterback sneak, even though in 2023 he did it against Green Bay.
Yeah.
There's a clip out there, they showed him doing it, and I've shared it. He can do a quarterback sneak, but if you genuinely feel that way, okay, get a big body that you trust that all they have to do is get the snap and get the first down. There is no reason why Carolina should not have a quarterback sneak in their arsenal, because guess what? If we set up to go for it on 4th and 1 and teams all know we're either giving it to Chuba or Rico, we're in trouble.
But like you said, we have Andy Dalton, and now you're trying to be too cute. You didn't even have the guy line up. You had him come up at the last minute and go and get up under center, and it's just ridiculous sometimes. It's just, but we said all this, and not to cut you off, but I want everybody to sit and let it marinate for a second. Bryce Young is our QB. Bryce Young is the guy we're going with. I know a lot of you don't want to hear that. I know a lot of you don't understand, but we've given you a bunch of different a background of what was going on and where we're at now. We have advanced. We have advanced. I know some of y'all don't understand that. Some of y'all, we are moving forward. Next season, we gonna shock the world. Next season, we're gonna shock the world. This season, I want to surprise everybody. I want to surprise everybody. I want to do what they said we couldn't do, but we knock on wood, we'll get it together.
I had so many Panther fans call me stupid, flat out to my face in the comment section. Call me stupid.
Wow.
Said I was delusional. Said I was dumb for thinking Carolina was going to the playoffs this year with Bryce Young as the quarterback. They said we would have a top 5 draft pick. We would not be competing for the playoffs at all. We weren't going to win the division. And I was delusional for thinking we were a 10-win team or even an 8-win team. I had a lot of people say that to me on the Panther Pride comment section, and I remember it.
I did too. I not only did I screenshot it, I sent some of them to my wife. So therefore, once we do make it, I'm gonna have a guilty little pleasure in going back through them and going to talk to people and show them what they said.
Because like, you told me this, you called me this, and said I was Lulu, said I was crazy, X, Y, and Z. And yet when it happens, you don't want to give me the credit or give this team the credit that they deserve for doing it, because we saw the vision before you saw the vision. Y'all want, and the other aspect that I don't like, and I feel bad that Bryce has to deal with this. Honestly, a lot of quarterbacks have to deal with this now. I think more so with this fan base than others.
Yeah, our fan base is rough. Rough because
if you look
at the Jaguars,
they want Trevor Lawrence, bro. They want the instant gratification.
They gave him so much time. Trevor Lawrence is just now looking good. He's had spark. They gave him 7 years. 7 years.
They want the instant gratification now, and when it doesn't happen, they automatically want to label you a bust. Think about it. XL is in his 2nd year, and yes, XL has been bad. He has had bad moments. I'm not going to sit there and act like he is doing what T-Mac did this year. I'm not. However, to also be fair, and you can say I'm being nice, and I can understand why you'd say that. This is his 2nd year.
I'll give you that.
This is his 2nd year.
Well, but by no means did I say let's get rid of Xavier. What I wanted him to do was to be sat down, put Horn in, because I believe Horn is every time Horn comes in, he's a spark.
I want us to use Horn the same way back in 2015 how we used Ted Ginn Jr.
There we have
over the top threat who can be used in the jet sweep game. I have wanted Jimmy Horn since we picked him up, and I saw him make that clutch catch on 4th down earlier in the season. I have wanted Jimmy Horn to be our slot guy to put safeties on notice. Every safety has to play him and can't let him burn you. I've wanted him to be that guy.
You can see that, and I can see that, and we're diehard Panther fans. Why hasn't our coaching staff seen it also?
The only
How many times does Xavier Legette can step out of bounds, catch a ball, and then go out of bounds, drop a ball? How many times are they going to not? I don't want to get rid of him because I see the greatness in him, but sometimes you got to shake somebody up. You got to shake them up sometime. Horn, you got Renfro.
The only thing I can see is they're saving something for the playoffs, and they ain't trying to show it yet. Because in my head, I'm sitting here thinking to myself.
You really feel that?
Part of me, yes. I'm not going to say 100%, but there's a part of me that is thinking there's a reason Canales hasn't shown this on tape because he wants to catch somebody off guard in the playoffs with it. He wants to have a play or two for Jimmy Horn that's a deep bomb threat. Because nobody all season, what have we been saying? We've wanted to see it. But what have we only done? We've only seen Jimmy Horn run like a corner and jet sweeps. So if coaches are sitting there scheduling and like scheming up and being like, oh, if Jimmy Horn's in the game, just be prepared for the jet sweep. And then you catch him that one time, that can shake up a game. Now, do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. But that's the only reason I can come to logic.
I like the way you're thinking.
It's the only thing I can come to logically as to why you would not have used Jimmy Horn at this time, because that slot position, when you have T-Mac doing his thing on the outside, even when T-Mac's in the slot, because honestly, I like T-Mac better in the slot because he creates a lot more mismatches when he like shifts and does his thing.
It makes sense.
But you have T-Mac, you have Coker. If you don't have a speedster there, I need a sure hands guy, which is why I wish Renfro was getting a lot more reps and a lot more touches and dressing out, especially after when David Moore went down.
Yeah,
and it's like you got XL too. So
staff seems to be sleeping on it. But another belief that I have is Coach Canales for next season is setting up a play call sheet. So he's finding plays that we've ran that we're good at, so he can have it on the play sheet. All the plays that work for us good, the ones that Bryce really likes, the one that T-Max really likes. It seems like he's getting because if you look at it,
he's trying to build it up and find all the ones that way. Next year they have that complete. These are all our winning plays. All our plays.
Yes, he can go through it and put different sets. He can have the ones that scripted up. Those will be the ones that we haven't done yet, and then the ones that we run all the time. It'll be on our play calling sheet. Because I pay attention to when the coach is holding the play sheet, and he has the straight across one. He doesn't have the one with the squares.
Yeah.
So he's getting the plays together. That's just my belief.
I can see that.
He's going through too many different plays for it not to be that, in my opinion.
To me, it just seems like like you said, he's going through too many different plays, and it's like he's experimenting so much, which is why I keep coming to that belief of he's building something
right
for the playoffs that nobody's seen Carolina do.
Right.
Everybody's saying, oh, he just needs to let Bryce let it fly. And I'm one of those people. I'm like, yeah, let Bryce let it fly. But also, listen, man, now's the time to where if it works, go back to it. I get the experimentation. I get the phase.
That's what I've been saying.
We are on the cusp now. Playoffs are right there. These last 2 weeks have been the time where experimenting was out the window. Like, it's like Thanksgiving. You don't cook a new meal for Thanksgiving and try it on your family that you've never made before. That is a rule of thumb. You never cook a meal you've never done for Thanksgiving dinner and present it to your family. You don't do that.
And I want all you guys to be positive. Tomorrow, we about to go in enemy country. Tomorrow, we about to go down there and get it done. I want all good vibes coming from all our Panther brothers. Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, Angel City Riot, Panther Nation, stand up. We are going down to the belly of the beast to bring home a W. And I want to invite you to come back because I want us to next week to go through some of these fans, well, not fans, but some of our Panther brothers' comments. I want us to go through it, and I'm going to challenge you guys because we want you guys to put some questions out there that we're going to put on the show. And me and my brother right here, we're going to go through it and talk to it because we need to all be on the same page because we all Carolina, we all Panther in the heart, in the body, in the soul. And let's just get this W. Let's get this W. Next week we'll be back. We'll drop another Panthers Corner. You'll see me earlier in the week with a couple of my other brothers, but I want you to come back so me and you can keep going over the state of Carolina and the state of our team.
Listen, we come back next week. We're gonna be talking playoffs. We're gonna be getting ready for the playoffs. We're gonna do that.
Energy. That's the energy.
We're gonna be getting ready for the playoffs. It's gonna be a good time. Listen, Panthers Corner, Panther Pride, everybody in the nation.
Yes.
We need y'all to keep pounding and rocking with this team.
Yes.
We need y'all to see the vision, believe it, because guess what? It has been since 2017, almost 10 years. We deserve it. Stranger Things just ended, and it was almost 10 years when they started. If Stranger Things can end, we ain't been to the playoffs almost since Stranger Things has been around. Man. And now that Stranger Things is over, it's time for us to have some Stranger Things happen in our favor. And we're going to go to the playoffs. I don't care how much of a roller coaster season. This has been our Stranger Things season. And it's time for us to get this dub. And you know what? There's no better way to do it than by beating the defending South champs.
Yeah.
I get there's the situation where if Atlanta wins on Sunday, we get in. I understand that. However, I think all of us want to flat out say we beat them straight up.
Yes.
No ifs or buts. Now
you know how we like to get out of here on Panthers Corner, and I'm gonna put it to you: keep pounding.
Hey, keep pounding. Y'all know what to do.